Well, good morning, traders. I hope you are having an amazing day today. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead and type the number 1 in the comment section, in that chat box, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. And as you do, keep in mind that everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. And if you like what you see here today, folks, make sure you subscribe, follow us along, not only on the platform you might be watching us on, but on the various social platforms that are out there. We put a ton of content out there on a regular basis that you definitely do not want to miss out on. So keep something in mind today, 2 o'clock, 2:30, all the Fed stuff is happening. So you're probably going to see some lighter volume. I'm going to look to not be in the way of that announcement when it comes out, which means if I'm placing a trade earlier today, you may see lighter volume, but I'm going to look to be out of there by that 2:30 announcement, maybe even 2 o'clock, just to avoid any leaks that may come out of that, although we don't usually see it, but just as an FYI. All right, so morning, everybody. Appreciate all the ones in there. I'm seeing some names I don't recognize, so this is awesome. Great. So with that, let's go take a look first at the futures. And I just opened the wrong program up, so let me shut that off. So where are we? It's a sea of green, including Earl or oil, right? For those of you not from Brooklyn, right? So the S&P is up 14 points. The Dow is up 100. NASDAQ's up 33. The RUT is up 9. Bitcoin is up $1,300 to 39,000. Ethereum, we were in Mastermind Group last night, and we were looking at Bitcoin, and it got down around that 36, below 37, around 36 and change, I think it was. 37 and change. And we're looking at 34, 35 as a stretch point. And we got the rock to the upside today. So Ethereum is up 87. Gold is down 5, not surprising with the market move. And then crude oil right now is down, up rather, to 106. My emotions are down on the oil price being up. I said it yesterday. We're not far from it, guys. 110, 115 is where I think we're winding up right now with this EU cutoff of Russian oil. So, but we are up $4 right now on oil. We're already seeing massive prices. I know I talked to someone the other day from Southern California who said they're over $7 where he lives. He's using that alone as a factor to move out. Tripp was in class with us last night, and the guys are going to move to Tennessee. And Tripp said, yeah, that's the reason all our houses have gone up so much in Tennessee is because people are moving out of these big cities and moving to us, and our houses values have just skyrocketed. And it's a lot of places like that. So, all right, what trades did you guys do yesterday? Drop them in. Remember the whole premise behind why I do this, folks. I know what I did yesterday. I know what I was looking at yesterday. I know what I showed and shared with you guys yesterday. But now it's time that we share it with everybody else that's here. Again, keeping that community factor going there. All right. So yesterday, so you drop yours in. We'll go over some from yesterday here. So we had BP yesterday. We were looking for a naked put below 29. Right. So if we go to BP. Try that one more time, BP. So BP, the $29 put, I was able to get 20 cents for it. Not great premium, but it's BP, right? So you're not going to have a lot of great numbers on it. We picked up 20 cents. You were able to buy it back at towards the end of the day for a dime. So not bad whatsoever, right? So there's one from yesterday. Expedia was another, right? And I think they're overreaction. I think they moved down as an overreaction. And it's up a little bit today right now, but we'll see. But on Expedia right now, or yesterday, we were looking at, let's see, Expedia, it was earnings. We were looking at a bear call above 177. So I did the 177 half, 180 is the setup that we looked at yesterday. If you took that trade, you were able to get 30 cents near the open, and you could buy it back for about 15 cents through the day. So again, both of the trades, nothing great. They were all okay. There was nothing wrong with them. They were both okay, right? But you got to be in it to win it. You have no idea unless you're taking the trade, right? United Healthcare was a day trade, right? Violated one of my own rules, right? As far as the when taking the trade to the downside, right? We gave a little bit back on that, not a whole lot. We kind of broke even, a little bit underwater, but nothing to be concerned with, right? W Day was another one from yesterday. And these were not on our list, guys. These were just setups that I saw throughout the course of the day, right? And again, we just consider everything for educational purposes. So it was another day trade, and this did not fit in pop, so we did not take this in pop, but that I don't take every trade only based on the rules in pop. I have other rules, sometimes breaking them, just like everybody else does, right? We got the failure off of that 207.91 fib level. Great setup yesterday. We closed up at 201 off of that 208 level. So yeah, great premium to pick up in there. But the home run was PANW, right? And if we go back and look at a day chart of PANW, right? Let me bring it in a little bit. Too much. Okay. So we closed yesterday, previous day, right? We had closed up. So on the 2nd, Monday, we closed up here. We broke the 567.70. We're looking for the retest and the fail. And notice it worked its way all the way down to that 548. Okay. So if we go back to TradeStation, all right, we broke. Actually, let's bring that in a little bit so it's bigger. We broke, we retested, and we failed, right? There was the entry, the break, the retest, and the fail, right? And the fail came in either on this candle or this candle, just depending on where you were looking at it, right? So, and that's off the 567.70 level, which I pointed out here, 567.70. 548.36 was support. We didn't get out there. We got out a couple of dollars above. Guys, if you took this trade, now we call this out just like we do every other time we do a power option plays. Had you taken this setup, okay, this setup would have netted on on one contract, let's say, over $1,100 on one contract, which means 10 contracts is over 11 grand. But if you just did one contract for this week, a day trade for this week, $1,100 on that position. So sweet. We did, and again, everything in power option plays for example purposes, just like they are here. But we did 10 contracts in our example, right, which was over 11K. So our trades yesterday kicked tail. Let's see how you guys did. Oh, a lot of it. I appreciate that, guys. So Ops Trader said SPY, bull put bear call spread 2K. Nice. Loving it. Alan said missed the PANW entry. Willie Whipsaw brought his brother Johnny. Hands glued to the chair. Okay, I got you, Alan. Tripp said more index scalps, SPY for 24%, Qs for 11. I love it. Love it. Don and Chris, Amazon bear call spread $650. Chipotle Mexican Grill bear call spread 1,000. Woo! Nice. $16.50 for the day. I love it. Yep. Ops Trader said, remember FOMC announcement today around 2. I brought it up right at the very beginning of the show that we do have them coming out today. 2 o'clock is their meeting. 2:30 is their announcement. So you're going to want to be careful with your trades throughout the course of the day. But I appreciate you bringing it up, Ops Trader. Paul said, yesterday at the open, I couldn't get a credit spread. Why was that? BP, Carvana. I didn't do anything on Car or Carvana. I got nothing on either one of those. Not sure why. It was just a negotiation of how I went into the trade, maybe. Jeff said, watch the video. I'm sorry. Trade Watch alters V 100 per contracts in 30 minutes. Oh, Trade Watch. Okay, now I got it. Duh. Trade Watch alerts. Jeff is a member of Amelia's Trade Watch alerts program on Visa. $100 per contract in 30 minutes. So if you did one contract, $100. 5 contracts, $500. Nice. Sean said, can't believe I missed W Day. I saw it during my prep last night. All right. Yeah. And, I miss him as well all the time. Right. Chris said ARKW and TER actively managing. CAR will put spread 587.5% in 5 minutes. Whoa. Awesome Carvana and DD bear call spreads exited end of day for minimal cost. Nice. There you go. All right, Chris. But you're okay with that minimal cost at 587%, right? Chris also continued then 26% on SPY, 27% on SPY also. So 2 trades. Use pivot points for the second entry, really seeing their value now. Thanks, Rob. NVIDIA got stopped out. It happens, right? John said, no trades to me. Didn't get to a look I wanted. There you go. And that's the whole idea behind it, right? You take the trades when they fit your risk profile. You've got to like what you see because you're the one that has to live with the results, right? Excellent. Great job, everybody. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at today's candidates. And this morning I had, believe it or not, there were like 600 earnings I had to go through today, literally 600 charts. I don't have to look at all of them because of a filter that I have, but there were 600 freaking earnings candidates today that we had to contend with. So I missed copying this over to my other template. So let me do that now so I can see it at least and see what the heck is going on and activate my my charts as needed. So, all right, I do have a list built out for us today. MTCH is not on our list. It was a CEO resign. Decent move, so you may want to add it. MT, Michael Thomas Charles Harold. Airbnb, earnings, right? Right now, Airbnb is up 575 to 150.75. Now, they're in a bearish bias as of yesterday. Not true bear, but close enough that you could take a directional trade aggressively. So if they're at 575, they are below our 8 moving average. Guys, a little bit of caution there. You could look at a bull put spread below 567, 5, 6, 7, 8, below 567 on Airbnb, but you got to watch. You got to be careful on that pullback. I do think it's the right industry. I think it's the right timing, right, for Airbnb, for airlines. We got Marriott on our list today. They're up today as well, right? And we got AMD. Let's get a little bit bigger view there. No, actually, F4 works. So AMD, they came out with earnings. Right now, they're up $6.29. We looked at these guys last night in Mastermind Group on their post-market to see where they did. And they're at 97 and jingle right now. So that puts them up above our 21 moving average, which is great. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 92. Below 92, okay? And I would use pivots or pivots. Right? Same thing with Airbnb, by the way. You could use pivots on Airbnb. They're not up too much that they should still work for them. Okay. Directional trade on this, I'd be cautious. Bull put spread, you've got minimal risk. I'd be cautious. Same with Airbnb because we still have that bearish type of bias. Right. Carvana, CVNA, they got a downgrade from Morgan Stanley. They were on our list yesterday with another downgrade. Right. So they're actually, I think they had earnings out today as well. But they're down $2.89, $2.98 to 54 and jingle. So if we scrunch this down, all right, so 43, 63, 20. All right, so we don't need another pivot in there. So we're sitting at 54 right now. So the only way I would do anything on this would be a bear call spread above 63. That's it. I'm not doing a thing that's not, if it's not there, right? It's had a huge move already. I want to be very cautious, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So sometimes best to be careful, right? DVN, which is Devon Energy, they had earnings come out on DVN. Oh, did I not show Airbnb, guys? I thought I did. My bad if I did not. Thank you for saying that if I missed it. I try not to do that stuff. So Airbnb, let's go recap Airbnb again. Okay, I wrote down bull put spread below 560. Oh God, guys, I was on the wrong freaking chart. I wasn't even looking at the symbol. I was on the absolute wrong chart for Airbnb. Thank you for catching that. I'd be looking at the $567 puts today. I'm like, what the heck? So let's go back again. Airbnb had earnings that were to the upside. We're still looking at a bull put spread. All right. But where are they? They're at 150 right now, down 518, up 518. So they're in the middle. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below the 146. And because they were 146, right now they're at 150. 154 is where my 8 moving average is. You can see it up here in pink. So I'd be cautious on this one. That's the only trade I would take. Potentially pivots, but I would not be taking a directional trade on it. Good job. That's it. Robert said I did Airbnb. I had the PANW chart up there. Good catch, folks. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's see. I think we were looking at DVN at this point, right? I think that's where we were. Yeah, we did not get to Herbalife. Let's see. DVN, they had earnings come out. Everybody else's earnings. They had earnings come out. They're up $1.42 to $65.70 right now. So if we scrunch this down just a little bit, 63 to 69, we'll call it as $6. We don't need a fib in there. We're not required. So right now, with us being up, I'm going to look at on DVN, make sure I have the right symbol this time. I'm going to look at a bull put spread below 63. Right? And if you can get a retest of that 63.26, you could also look at a long call. Retest of the 63. All right? And that's just for the long call. For the bull put spread, I don't care about it. Herbalife, HLF. Right? I have not traded this company in forever. We used to see this come up all the time in the mornings. Literally, every other day you would see it show up on a list somewhere. So good move to the downside. HLF had bad news on it. Earnings, they're down $4 right now to 23.5. So, and the rain fell down. Holy mackerel. Okay. 25.5, 21, 4.5 points. I need to split that level in half. So I'm just going to do it the easy way instead of setting it up on the fib, just for time purposes. So, all right, you know what? I really can't take that chance. So let's set it up the way it's supposed to be. All right, and what I'm saying by that is we're sitting right there right now. So we've got to have the right numbers in there. I need a negative 809 level in there. All right, because I want to know the exact dollar amount that it is, because we're at 23.55 right now, and there's a line at 23.25. All right, so we're sitting right at that support. So we can look at a bear call spread above 25. Do we have halves? Above 26. We don't have halves. We only have 1 or 2 halves on that. 22 half, 27 half is the only 50-cent increments we have on HLF. Right, Lyft. LYFT. By the way, Uber was out with bad earnings as well today. I think Uber was part of Didi's mess as part of it because they own some of that. So Lyft right now is down $8. Woo! My goodness gracious. You are not going to get a decent credit on this puppy at all. I mean, look where we got to go. We're down to 22.5. Guys, we're down here. Next. Capital letters, cross it off. I want nothing to do with it. If you can find a trade on it, awesome. Just not my cup of tea. Marriott, those earnings, MAR, right? Marriott International. They're up $2.71 to $175.75, which puts them still below my resistance and below my 21 and 8 moving average. But I like the news on it. I like Marriott as a company. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 171. We're also going to look into the pivot trade. Not a very volatile company. Low historical vols. Their options vols are okay. Their implied volatility is not bad. So Moderna, mRNA. This one was a last-minute addition. I didn't have it when I started looking at my candidates first thing this morning. mRNA earnings, they're up $5.50 to $152. They've kind of been chugging along, and there's all kinds of news coming out, right? Are they going to have 5-year-olds under 5 get the vaccine? They had the CEO of Pfizer was on CNBC this morning talking about it's coming back in fall, whether you like it or not. They believe the government's going to continue to pay for the vaccines. I'm not sure, since there's already been talk of no. It's going to have to be through your insurance company, which will mean copay, which will mean less people will get it for sure. But we'll see. But right now, the news on it has brought them up. So they're up, as I said, to 152.5. So we're above our 21, which is what I want to see. I don't know if we'll get anything for Moderna on a credit spread, but it's going to be a bull put spread below 138. Right, and if we look, let's see if we can't extrapolate it here. If we go and look at a few more candidates, if we go and look at the 138, 137 yesterday, we were at, call it 25 to 60, 35 cents, right? But now we've moved $6, right? So if we look at the 138, right, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 293, 272. So we're looking at about 20 cents potentially is what we, as of yesterday's numbers, is where we're at, right? If we extrapolate it out. So still not bad, right? For a $1 strike, I'll take it all day long at 20 cents, right? So bull put spread is for sure. With the move they made, I don't know how well pivots are going to work for you. So you're going to have to take a look at that. Starbucks, SBUX, earnings out. We don't care about no stinking union. We're going to go up anyway. And they did. They're up $5.42 at 79 3/4. So it actually puts them above the 21 and above that 78.94 fib line. All right, so we're going to look at a bull put spread. Oh, guys, we've only got 2 candidates left. Drop your candidates in here, right? Drop your candidates in. Sean's already put that in there, so if you guys are reading the notes, you see it. But what candidates do you want me to take a look at? And we're running out of time, so get them in quick if you would. But that's because we had so many candidates today. So we're looking at Starbucks SBUX. We said they're at 79.5 right now, so they're up here. I'm going to look at a bull put spread below 75 on Starbucks, okay? Below 75, I'm good with that. Let's see. I don't know if you're going to get a pivot trade on it. You could also look at a long call. And I would need for the long call, I'd need a retest of the 79 level. Right, that's 78.94. Okay. Last is this SWKS. Right, that is our last one. They're down $5.50 right now. Again, earnings. I actually wrote that in the wrong place. Let's see. Let's try to tie these two together. I wrote it on the wrong line. Okay. So SWKS, 114.05, down $5.50 right now. Holy mackerel. All right, so they're all the way down here. It's an easy call. If we do anything with it, it's a bear call spread above 117. All right, beautiful. All right, let's see what you guys got in there today for candidates. Sean said SPY, awesome confluence of the 0 line, 8 EMA, looking at the retest and the fail down to the 408.5. Oh, let me go grab all symbols in here. Just makes my life easier. We already got SPY on our chart. It's up 81 cents right now at 418. So we definitely got a good confluence there, Sean, of the 420.76 and the 8. And, particularly with the afternoon, if whatever the Fed says, we get a fail off there. If we can get a run up to that 121-ish, 120.5 level, fail off of that in the afternoon, you got a lot of opportunity all the way down to 406.5. But I definitely would be looking at pivots. But if the news comes out, guys, if 2:30 news is out and we start crashing on the announcement, it's not a wait 5 minutes and see what it does. It's a get in the trade and take the trade, right? And if tight stops, if you're wrong, it goes against you, you're out of the trade. But for me, I've seen these Fed days for decades now, right? You watch what happens in there, and you're going to get a swift move in many cases, and then things just die. You'll get a retest, but your goal is to try to grab right on the announcement, and then you look for the retest as your second entry into the trade. So I'm with you, Sean, on that setup. I like it a lot. Let's see. Linda said Microsoft. Mr. Softy, right? Near the 8 EMA, bounce, and then buy a call. All right. So we're in a bearish neutral on our bearish bias, Linda, right now on Microsoft. So a little bit of caution there, right? We've got a strong, now I should probably go and enter it in and see where we're at. Let's see, Microsoft in pre-market. So we're up 32 cents to 282.10, right? So we're above, so we're actually right at the 8 moving average, Linda. And if you do bounce, realize, I'm not saying you can't take it. You've got resistance at 286.14. You should snap a hard line on your intraday chart, which is yesterday's closing 21 moving average, right? If you, even the bearish trade, you don't have a lot of room down to 276. I mean, there's enough room in there, but a lot of interference for me inside of there. So a little bit of caution on them, but you got the bull move up to 286 if you can get the bounce. Hope that helps. Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, soon they'll be petitioning to get your dog and cat, get it for your dog and cat. Well, you know, it was ridiculous. One of the New York commissioners the other day, or doctors, whoever the heck they were, said, although you can't pass COVID to your pets, you should avoid going near your pets if you have COVID. I'm like, wait a second, I can't pass it to my pet turtle, but I shouldn't feed my pet turtle. I mean, you're nuts. You're nuts. Craziness with what people are coming up with right now. Trip said, what do you think about itty bitty machine, IBM? Do you think it closed at 132.5, now just under 133? So I'm going to type in the symbol here so I can get an option chain of it as well. So it's at 132.82 right now, kind of in the middle of nowhere. That's exactly it, Trip. So here's the first thing I do. Excuse me, position one in the chair. I go back, right? And I look. And the first thing I see, Trip, is it's in the bias, the moving averages are all in the right order. Pink, green, brown, right? That tells me if I had a choice here, since we're in the middle, I'd rather the choice be bullish, right? That would be my preference because now I've got strength in the trend. But if we push into that 133.28 level, that purple line right here, if we push into that level and fail and come under the 8 moving average, hard line on your chart, 132.53, there's an opportunity for an entry to the bearish side. And it's clear. I don't care about the 55. As far as I'm concerned, that 55 doesn't exist. It's really not there. It's only there to help understand with bias, not with, ooh, there's a 55 in the way. Doesn't work like that. There's a 233. There's a 512. There's all kinds of lines in the way. I just don't care about them, right? So, but you are right, Trip. It is very much a coin flip of yay or nay, but my choice would be get above the 133.84, close above, retest it and bounce, and look for the trade there up to 137.5. Right? I hope that helps, Trip. Let me know down in the oh, wait, he had more on there. Sorry. Kind of middle and now between the fib levels between 8 and 21, but the window from post earnings pop is still open. Yes, it is. So that you are right, Trip. That closed down there, but I would want that retest of that 133.28 and the fail, and then to take the trade, right? Which could have been yesterday. Could have been yesterday, but I wanted underneath the 132.53 level for me to take an entry. All right. W Day. And that's Alan said bullish break above the 202 and retest. So again, we're in a bearish bias. If the market is bullish today, I have no problem with that as a day trade, right? You've got a clear and concise path up to that 208 level. So I am good with it as long as you realize you've got a very strong resistance right there and you're in an overall bearish bias. Nothing wrong with taking a trade in the opposite direction, right? Alan's a skilled trader. For those of you that are newer, only trade in the direction of the market and your stock. In other words, if the S&P is going up and your stock is going up, both going up, then you're okay. If the S&P is going up and your stock is going down like this is here, I would pass on that trade for today if you're a newer trader. Tripp said, saw a story where Starbucks revenues are being affected by China's shutdown, but it goes up anyway. Shrug. Yeah, I get it, but there's a lot of, but they did stop their buyback program because they didn't say it, but because of the unions, to me is the reason for it. Union is going to cost them a lot more money. So they've stopped buying back shares right now. And I'm not opposed to them having union. That's fine. But there are definitely going to be some costs, which will affect shareholders as well. Chris said COF. Let me type it in over here. Let's go look at it here. COF, push up to the confluence of my 236 and the 8 moving average. So I'm not sure if you have a different fib than I do, Chris. Maybe you drew off of this top in here. But we're close with the 8, that's for sure. I've got more of a confluence with the 21. Then a fail with the support at 122. So yeah, no, I'm all for it, Chris. You're in the right place. Absolutely. Because this is the bearish setup, right? This bias, all 3 moving averages in right order, none of them are twisted, right? They're not in the wrong place. Can you see? Yeah, they're not in the wrong place, right? They're all even. They're in the right direction. Brown on top, green in the middle, pink on the bottom. That's bearish, right? So the retest and the fail, absolutely 22 to 32, let's call it 10. We don't need a fib in there, so we're good. So I like the plan, Chris. Go with it. Andres is asking for NVIDIA. Let's see. So NVIDIA, let's see where they are in pre-market. 199.5 right now, Andres. So we're up above the pink line. We've got the 200 above our head. And guys, this bothers me, right? 194.70, 200, then 208.88. That's okay. We got another confluence up there. That's okay. But all of this 8 down here, confluence of the 194.70, it's just messy to me. I like clean. This is clean. There's nothing in here. If we're bouncing off the 273, it's clean up to the next line. But you're hitting your head right on resistance, Andres. I wouldn't try to take it to the downside. I mean, NVIDIA moves $12, $13 a day. So I wouldn't try to fight a $6, $5 potential inside of here. Maybe less because of the 8 moving average. So careful. If you break the 194.70, it's clear to the downside. If you get the bounce and the move to the upside, tighten your stops up at 200, and then look for that 208.88 as your next resistance. All right, Charles is asking for SHW. I think, I'm pretty sure I looked at them today. So let me see, SHW. All right, monthly options. Yeah, so I kicked them off immediately because of the monthlies. I'm okay with the moving average setup. We're in a bullish bias, not true bull, but you could take an aggressive trade here. SHW does not show a print on my end, Charles, so I don't know where they are right now today. But if you get the bounce off of that 268, you've got room up to about 273 3/4 is resistance, right? So to about 273, 272.5, somewhere in there would be your target. You can either A, scale out of half the trade if you're going to take this position, right, on Sherwin-Williams, or B, wait for it to get up near the 273.78 instead of scaling out of half near there, tighten up your stop, and if you break out, open your stop back up again. But caution, just because you don't have a lot of room ahead of you, you could literally see a move up near that 273 level and a quick fail right back down to the 268. So just an FYI on it, right? Mike's asking for SPY. We hit that one before, but Sean had a great trading plan on it. Mike is the move up to the 420.76 and the fail, which has a confluence with the 8, right? So pivots all the way on SPY, day in and day out pivots. VZ, I think was your other one, right? Verizon. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, old fib. All right. Holy mackerel. What a strong bearish thrusting pattern right now on VZ. Good bounce. We're up 9 cents. So, this is catching the fallen knife, Mike, right? I'd look for this for a close below 46.39, a retest and a fail. And I'd look for bearish at that point. I don't even have another fib line in there. So I'd look for it to be bearish at that point. It may be a place to redraw. If we get a little more of a bounce today, it may be a place to redraw the fibs as well on Verizon, right? Boom, 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 boom. There you go, Chris. Good. Change your fibs. Excellent. Guys, make sure you check out some of the trainings that we do. Sean, drop the links in there if you would to tradinglikeaboss.com. Guys, we've got a free training coming up this Saturday. Do not miss it. Key to be free. We've already got about 800 people registered for that class. It holds 1,000. So make sure you come and check it out, guys. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to share with you some things that will help you understand what it takes, the things that you need to do, what it takes for you to start moving into that freedom path of being able to trade the market the way that you want. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. All right, everyone. Hope you have a good one. Safety today. Remember the Fed. And I will see you all back mañana at our next one. All right. Take care, everybody. See you then.